child mortality rates, maternal health, gender equality, and many other initiatives. So can they do it? Exactly how effective is the United Nations?
The UN, precisely because it's so complex, is determined to make sure that everything is done towards a big picture of peace and trying to make sure that humanity attains the primary purpose of what it says, that we believe. We believe in a better future.
I support the United Nations because it mobilizes $22 billion in humanitarian aid for those affected by emergencies.
I support the UN because it keeps peace with 120,000 peacekeepers in 16 locations around the world.
I support the United Nations because it vaccinates 58% of the world's children, saving 3 million lives a year.
The UN supports 90 million people by providing food in 80 different countries.
I support the UN because it helps over 38 million refugees and people fleeing war, famine, or persecution.
The UN works with 193 countries to combat climate change.
The UN promotes maternal health, saving the lives of 30 million women a year.
I support the United Nations because it fights poverty, helps improving health and well-being of 420 million rural poor.
The UN uses diplomacy to prevent conflict.
I support the United Nations because it protects and supports human rights around the world.
Up to 20 million tons of plastic goes into the ocean every year. That's as much as 3 kilograms per person each year. Plastics make up roughly half of each person's contribution to ocean pollution.
But marine pollution comes in many forms. Industrial, agricultural, and urban waste also sweep into the sea, fueling explosions of algae that rob marine ecosystems of the oxygen they need to survive.
And so do we. It's in the water we drink. It's in our food. Microplastics have been found in our salt, our honey, and our beer. And sometimes even in the air we breathe.
COVID-19 can be characterized as a pandemic.
We will be suspending all travel from Europe to the United States.
For days,
Disease experts use the term pandemic when a new infection spreads to multiple countries and continents at the same time, affecting many people. That's different from another term, epidemic, which describes an infection outbreak that's larger than usual but stays confined to a single location.
Systems around the world are under stress. More and more patients are seeking treatment, pushing hospitals to the brink of collapse.
Scientists at the National Institutes of Health are working to create a vaccine for the new coronavirus that originated in China. But they're not starting from scratch.
It's the beginning of the end of the coronavirus pandemic.
Latin America holds only 8% of the world's population, yet accounts for roughly 30% of global COVID-19 deaths.
Seen early data from a clinical trial with a coronavirus vaccine.
Hello, welcome. I'm Junyap Kim, Dean of Kyunghee University College of International Studies, and I would very welcome to you all. And it is my great pleasure to welcome you to here in Kimun Workshop. And I believe these events will be very good to you to understand in international affair and in global agenda in various things, such as like climate changes and also security issues, international development. And so I would say you would like to have a great challenges through all these events, and you could have run a lot of things. So I add more things. You can understand more about the UN through these events and workshops and various lectures and also practices. So I think you can have a great opportunity to learn a lot of things in international issues. So thank you very much for you and your cooperation.